What's this? What's this? Guinevere's attacking Omega. I suppose it's got to have a use somewhere down the line. We can do this.
Well, is there any point?
Something to do. Saturday night.
Yeah, alright. Let's give it a go.
www.flashandbladepodcast.net VidiProg Series 1, number 8.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love...
9.
9?
Well, welcome to the Flash and Blade podcast, VidiProg.
I'm so excited to be here!
Are you?
Yes!
It's getting harder and harder to come up with funny things to put at the start of the... Well, so-called funny things. This is Lily.
Hello, Lily. I don't think I've seen Lily before.
Oh, I don't think you have. Yes, that's Omega over there.
Does she come from a valley?
No, she comes from a house just down there. She, long story. Suffice to say, her and her sister, the Shadow, are now with me. Anyway, how have you been?
Just kind of sitting here, really.
Again, Saturday night. Yeah. Try not to go near the microphone.
I'm sorry, I won't.
One thing I've noticed, you're quieter than I am.
I'm quite... Yeah, I don't know why. That any better?
Anyway, so, yes, we're going to be doing stuff a little later on. I'm going to be telling you all about the Web of Fear DVD.
Oh!
I'm terribly sorry. Have you slipped into a carry-on film?
Oh, matron.
But for now, over to Dr. Sinister, who's just there, and he'll be telling you about some Haynes Manuals.
Well, yes, this is Dr. Sinister's Book Corner.
Really? Looks like your little room where you normally record.
Where have I put them? Okay, so...
Don't forget to flip the end pages.
Yeah. So I've been making a few book purchases lately, and I don't know. So UK viewers, I've no doubt, will be familiar with Haynes Manuals, and they
Tell you how to do everything.
They basically they just used to do manuals for pretty much any type of automobile you could imagine. How to take it apart, how to put it back together. Where all the bits were, what to do with all the spare bits you've got when you've tried to put it back together and it hasn't quite worked. Anyway, about 10 years ago, they started branching out, and I think one of the first books they did was a Haynes Manual about the baby, which was absolutely hilarious at the time. Anyway, they've gone even further now, and what they've been doing.
Take a baby apart.
It was more about cleaning it and maintenance.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, they've started kind of branching out into kind of sci-fi territory.
USS Enterprise.
We have USS Enterprise and Klingon Bird of Prey, and
Imperial Death Star, Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, and they're really cool because so they basically look like any other old Haynes Manual. They hardback cover, really nicely presented inside. So basically, what we have here, this is the Death Star one. This is my favouriteest book of all time.
Tricky to see, but we'll try.
Well, we'll try.
You've
so
got
basically,
the glare of the white on.
Yeah, what we have here
is Moffy DJ Tarkin.
Yeah, we have a construction history of the Death Star. We have all the different.
Out a slight little flaw.
Go on. Yes, it does. We have
3 meter wide hole.
All the different versions of the Death Star, including those from the expanded universe, and some absolutely fantastic technical kind of schematics and cutaways. And it's a really cool book, this one, because it tells you, what the power output was. It tells you, when the excuse me, when they're flying over the Death Star in the battle at the end of the film, episode 4.
Which one?
Episode 4.
You mean Star Wars?
Correct. It tells you what each of the structures are for.
Oh, brilliant.
So it tells you how many different shield generators there were, and it's also got a little cutaway there of what's actually below each kind of section. And I just absorb information like this. It's absolutely fantastic. So that's that one. We also have the Millennium Falcon. Falcon. Which doesn't just cover the Falcon. It covers the YT-1300 in all its different...
I had a YT-1300, Blackfleet 1 she was called. I loved her.
It covers it in all its different variants, because essentially, as we all know, the YT-1300 series was basically a design that you could customise from plans, and you could essentially build your own version of it and order it from the shipyard, and it's got all the different variants, of which obviously...
I'm starting to miss my YT-1300. I had one in Star Wars Galaxies, and I loved that ship.
Again, this also goes into some of the expanded universe stuff. So we've got Dash Rendar's ship. We have the ship from X-Wing Alliance.
What that ship number is that one?
Well, I think it's a YT-2400.
Yes.
Yeah, and then
you could get that at the end of one of the instances, end game instances on Mustafa.
Yeah.
You get a drop, which would be like that.
And then this particular one, I believe, and I'm open to correction because it's a long time since I played it. I think this is the one that you had was your like family's kind of ship in the X-Wing Alliance PC game. So essentially, they all kind of share much the same features with the Falcon, of course, except of course the Falcon has a massive upgrades. You know, like a Class 2 hyperdrive or something, and obviously the quad laser cannon and all the rest of it. So yeah, that's a really good one as well. Sorry about the coughing. USS Enterprise.
Aha, 1701 plane.
It covers the NX-01, NCC 1701, the A. And it goes all the way up to the E.
So you get the B, you get the D.
You don't get all of them in as much detail as the earlier ones. You do get some nice cutaways of all the different versions of the Enterprise, but I think it's fair to say that it concentrates a lot more on the ones that you've actually seen in detail on the screen, if you see what I mean. So we have the NX-01,
which is from Enterprise.
Correct. So some nice drawings there.
Really?
We have impulse engine technology, tells you how all that works.
And does it?
No. Bit about shuttle pods. Oh, it's got a short section on the Phoenix.
Like a warp core.
Warp theory in the Phoenix.
All right, yeah.
Which is quite useful to know. Here we are, NCC 1701.
I know that object. Yeah, I've got one of them, Constitution class starships. Got one in Star Trek Online.
It's a section on the B. My favourite one is
Excelsior class. I don't like the Excelsior class.
My favourite Enterprise is the A, I have to say.
The A, or do you mean the C?
The A.
Oh, the A. The C, I've got an Ambassador class ship as well.
Oh, have you? I don't have one of those.
Yeah, it's a quest reward.
There's a massive section on the Enterprise D, the Galaxy class. Because obviously we saw a hell of a lot of that in the series. And then, of course, sorry, the E. Anyway, so that's quite a good one. And finally, this is the one I bought most recently, the Klingon Bird of Prey. Now, can you name the two different types of bird of prey?
Vorcha? No. Vorcha's the big ship. I should do, but I can't remember. Go on.
I've forgotten. But it does quite nicely show. It's basically, it gives you a reason. So you have the Burrell class, which is the scout ship, and then we have the Cavort class. Now,
Cavort, that's it.
Now,
so to put that in thing, the Corel class is Star Trek 3.
The thing is,
the Cavort is Enterprise. Yesterday's Enterprise.
Well, this is the thing: is in Next Generation, they basically used the same model bird of prey, but of course they were facing it up against the Enterprise, so it looked that much bigger. So what they've had to do,
no, the Enterprise was far away.
what they've had to do in universe, if you like, is essentially give a reason as to why the Klingons are running around with what is just a scaled up version of the original class. And this book handles it quite well, actually. It basically says that when Klingons find a design they like, they really like it, and they stick with it for centuries. And they will even scale up 1-to-1, kind of scaling. It shows you about all the different wing configurations and what they're for. So you have landing position, flight position, and attack position. And apparently the wings need to alter so that the plasma conduits are effectively aligned to allow for optimal firing or optimal warping.
God almighty, you look scary saying that.
Anyway, so yeah, this is quite a nice book. It talks specifically about one particular bird of prey, which I think is the IKS Rataran.
Yes, that was Martok's ship.
That's right, yeah. So it's kind of picked that one as an example.
You share something with Martok?
Can I share something with him?
No, you do.
Do I?
An eye patch.
I don't see the resemblance personally.
You share an eye patch with him.
No.
Did the Jem'Hadar pluck your eye out?
No, it was the bride from Kill Bill. Anyway, there's one final book I'd like to mention today.
Yes, please.
This book is by a couple of friends of mine.
What?
Yes. So friends are people I haven't had liquidated yet.
As far as I'm concerned, the people I once met.
Anyway, so anyone who knows me will know that I'm a bit of a Lego fan. And specifically, I don't buy as much Lego as I used to. A, because it's really expensive. B, it annoys the hell out of my wife. And C, I've run out of room, even in the bunker, which is infinite. Anyway, this book is Lego Space, Building the Future, by two friends of mine, Peter Reed and Tim Goddard.
Hello.
It's published by No Starch Press. You can get it online. I think they're an American publisher, but it's a fantastic book. So, for anyone who's not familiar, excuse me,
it really makes you phlegmy.
The different in sort of the late 1970s, Lego came out with what is called the Classic Space series, and it had a blue.
It came out as Rain Wizards.
It had a blue, grey, and transparent yellow colour scheme. Now, there's a bunch of guys, adult fans of Lego, who continue to build in the same colour scheme. And what they've also done is, over the years, Lego released new versions of the space theme, and they all, basically what Tim and Pete have done is they've put it all into a nice coherent history, and it's really a showcase for some of their designs. This particular one here, this is Peter Reed's exosuit, and it may interest you.
His own personal exosuit.
It may interest you to know that this is being made an official Lego set by Lego.
That's impressive.
Through the Lego Kuso scheme, where you can basically vote for sets that you'd like to see, and this one is actually going to be made. It probably won't be as complicated as that, but there will be an official version of the exosuit.
So does he wear it?
It only fits Lego minifigures. I've actually played with most of these ships in the flesh, in the plastic, so to speak. And they're really nice.
Played with them.
Yeah, and I build my own. I build my own Lego spaceships in the same colour scheme. So yeah, I just thought, quick shout out to my mates Pete and Tim. If you like Lego Space, get this book. It's really nice.
Steven Shapansky. This book you need to have. What was I going to say? The Lego movie is going to be out, isn't it? February
Absolutely.
14th.
Yep.
I can't wait to see that. The trailers look hilarious.
There's already a whole bunch of sets out in the toy shops covering it, so it's going to be an absolute monster this year, I think.
Hello, what are you doing behind me? Lily. Anyway, one quick thing we're going to talk about now. Web of Fear is on DVD.
Web of Fear.
God, what a brilliant Doctor Who story that is.
It's awesome.
Thank God your arse doesn't smell.
I remember watching, was it episode 1 that we already had, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I watched episode 1. I've watched it a number of times, and I could just almost kind of tearing my hair out in despair that we were never going to see the whole of this story again. And I'm absolutely gobsmacked that it came back, and it's just such an atmospheric story.
If you watch 30 Years in the TARDIS, Davies' little telly program that he did. You got Mike Gatting there talking about going on the underground for the first time, and then the Yetis turned up, and that put the kibosh on that. And you're sort of thinking, there, really that much of a wuss? Now I've actually seen Web of Fear.
Yeah.
I can understand that. It's a very dark show.
Yeah.
I mean, lighting-wise, it's very, very dark. And it's dark in other ways. But it must have been bloody terrifying to watch back then.
The scene,
Dear God.
The scene in particular that always stuck in my mind is the one where the soldiers are behind a barricade and there's two Yeti lumbering down the underground tunnel towards them, and it's absolutely horrifying.
Yeah. No, it's a close contender for the best Doctor Who story ever.
I would have to.
Sorry,
agree
I think
with
it
you.
is.
I would have to agree with you. I mean, my favourite story is Robots of Death, and
I heard a cry.
that was me. And
I heard a cry.
I think you're right. I'm ignoring that now. I think you're right.
Please don't throw hands at me.
It has the right to be called a classic.
Yeah.
I remember
very much so.
on some TV program they were taking the mickey out of the fact that you could see the joins in the Yeti's suits. Well, they're robots.
Yes.
I don't have a problem with that.
No. But it's, of course, it's cheap, easy humour.
Yeah, exactly.
It's but it really is. Now the DVD itself is a vanilla DVD, but it's been vid-fired, which you don't get on the iTunes thing.
That's
My God, it looks good. I was watching it.
Interlaced video and whatever.
It's what?
Interlaced video.
Yeah, when it makes film stuff, the stuff on film look more like it should do in studio. It adds extra frames.
But yeah, I don't think iTunes can't handle interlaced video, so it will look better on the DVD.
I didn't know that.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody else was saying that. But my advice is watch it at night, with the lights off. Proper aspect ratio. So if you've got widescreen telly, change it to make it 4:3.
Yep.
And just be blown away by how good this is. It's not animated. Episode 3 is not animated. It's the same reconstruction you got on iTunes, but it doesn't really matter because it's a very good reconstruction.
Yeah.
Go out and buy the vanilla release, definitely. I don't know whether they're going to be releasing. I'm guessing they're going to be releasing a non-vanilla release of Web of Fear as well as Enemy of the World. It would be nice if they did. I know that they have plans for this year, but they won't tell me what they are.
Well, putting aside the potential discovery of any other stories.
Marco Polo. Oh,
yeah. Putting that aside, there is only one more story to come out.
Underwater Menace.
Correct. Which it can't be a big secret, so that does suggest, if they're not telling you what's going on, that does suggest that the rumours may be true.
Not necessarily.
No? Okay.
I mean, again, we're talking marketing. They don't want to leak stuff until they're ready. I mean, we could be talking box sets. We could be talking stuff like they used to do, various monster sets.
Yeah, but speaking personally, I don't buy those because I've already got everything.
My God, that's bigger on the inside. Look, there's Doctor Who. He's got soft centres.
I don't buy the box sets.
Most exciting.
Because there's no point. But so unless it's I'm speaking personally. I realise not everybody's in that same situation, but
no, but
I'd like to think it was something new or something that we haven't already got.
Yes, I'd agree. Well, that's what worries me. They might just do a couple of little extra bits to put on DVDs, which will make you want to buy them.
Well, I was getting a little bit tired of the special editions. That said, I have bought them all.
Yeah, but in fairness, most of the special editions are actually worth it.
Because they were early releases, weren't they, for the most part?
But not only have they been cleaned up even more, there's a lot of extra stuff being put on.
Yeah.
So that, they're to bring them into line with the rest of the range. Which fair enough. But Web of Fear, just go out and buy it and just love it, quite frankly, because it's brilliant.
And let's hope we get some more.
Yeah. I want Dalek Master Plan to come back, or Power of the Daleks.
Power or evil? I don't mind.
Evil. Listening to Evil, it's dull. Let's review it for the Who cast, and it's dull.
Power. Okay, so Power's probably got the edge because of the regeneration.
Yes. No, it's a better story.
And the regeneration.
You just want to see Annie Wills.
Yeah.
Okay, but say goodbye.
Goodbye.
I heard a cry. No. No.
Off.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for. They're well worth fighting for.